Hey friends, this is The Social Tea, and I'm Sharonda Lee. I talk about all things social, including celebrity news, reality shows, what's going on in pop culture, local news, and more here in these YouTube streets. We know folks always get in their feelings about what's said here on social media, so I must say what's stated here is alleged, my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Friends, make sure you visit my website at www.thesocialteatalkmedia.com and also follow me on all platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, also known as X, and TikTok. Also, check out my podcast, The Social Tea Off the Air, on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or Spotify. Now, before we get into it, make sure you hit that notification bell, like, share this with everyone you know, and subscribe. With all that being said, relax, get comfortable, and let's get into the tea. Since this topic in regards to Ciara, Russell Wilson, Future has become so controversial, I decided to release my podcast for this week here on YouTube. The full episode will be here as well as on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. The podcast is called Social Tea Off the Air. Please let me know your thoughts in regards to this topic. So, so this has become an ongoing topic. Why do people hate Russell Wilson? Every time I turn around, these people have something to say. Oh, he's corny. He's a simp. You know, Ciara, basically she using him because he wasn't her first chosen. She wasn't her first. She wasn't. No, he wasn't her first chosen. She prefers dudes like Future. Child, I'm over it. I'm over it. I mean, you have whole other podcasts in situations where people are talking about this, how this man is a straight simp, and I don't think he's a simp.
Okay, well, let him be a simp for her. Like, why are y'all worried about Russell Wilson and Sierra and her man? For like, I don't understand. I don't understand. No, what it is people are so mad, so hateful, and so jealous that she got somebody who's worth a damn, and that he thinks that she's worth a damn. So people will decide, well, we just gonna tear him down because we wanted to see her fail. And I think that's what it is too. People were hoping and praying that Future was gonna drag Sierra for the rest of her life.
She was gonna be a baby mama.
Right?
Yep.
She was gonna be a failure in the league of men that he left behind.
Because let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. When Ciara came out, Ciara was an it girl. Ciara was pretty. Ciara was one of the girls that one of these women that men would love to be with. And when they saw her with Future, they saw themselves with her. And so,
Right. I mean, well, understand something. We live in a world where people can hate you, don't live near, don't even know you, don't live around you, don't work with you, don't interact with you. And with these famous people, the same thing goes. They see you on TV. These are people who you'll never meet.
right.
Whose paths you'll never cross, and yet they hate your guts. So from the moment they see you, they're praying for your destruction and your downfall.
Child, this is a whole.
And,
This is a
and the
whole
fact that
thing. This is a whole thing.
and that makes people very jealous and insecure when they see that everything they see in you is what they are lacking or what they are missing themselves. So they are hoping that that something will come along that will mess that up, that something will come along that will stunt that growth. And so I think that Russell Wilson, given everything that she's been through, was a major upgrade for her. And they're angry and pissed off about that because in their sick minds, that ain't supposed to be Sierra, that's supposed to be me. So, bitch, you're supposed to be right down here with me. I don't care what you were doing on goodies. Hold on, back in 2004. I don't care about that. You're supposed to be right down here with me because how you managed to get a man like that not change? So everybody is saying that.
It's men and women. calling Russell Wilson a simp, he corny, and it's bothered because I was online and I seen like it's whole videos around the situation where they are literally have a microphone on Ciara and Russell Wilson. Like he brung her flowers. She had some photo shoot and he brung her flowers. Oh, look, she looking at him funny. Oh, she didn't kiss him all the way. Oh, they got trouble in the mirror. I'm like, bro.
They must be a bunch of Future fans. That must
And I'm like, and then they're like, oh, Ciara is embarrassing Russell Wilson because the way she dressed. She's still twerking. She a wife and a mother. But nobody says anything about Beyonce being half naked. She married to Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm. She always half naked anyway.
So,
well,
but and you have to understand, these women are in the entertainment
industry.
industry.
Who Jay-Z is now.
Yeah. But he cheated on Beyonce and she stayed.
He cheated on her, but think about it. The people who saying that don't want a damn Jay-Z. He looks like a camel. He probably, his love game is probably that of a camel. So,
but I'm saying
he doesn't, but he lacks the black excellence and the integrity that a Russell Wilson had. He doesn't have that energy. You could screw every woman in the world and still not be seen as a upstanding, good, masculine male figure. I think Russell Wilson is the embodiment of what every woman say they want and what every woman wants. And the fact that Ciara got me, people are mad as hell about that.
Just like you got
damaged good. Future already ran through her. She's not supposed to be deserving of a man like a Russell Wilson. And that's she got.
Yep. And she was supposed to be just like all his other baby mamas.
Right.
And he was supposed to be able to dip back when he wants to mess with her, and she's supposed to be just tarnished and nobody wants her.
Right. So
but the fact that she found somebody better than Future, it makes all of these people, all of these men basically held accountable to go to
them and the females. You understand that? They see themselves in a Ciara or a Russell Wilson. That's supposed to be, and for the female, that's supposed to be me standing up there next to a man like that. Bitch, not you.
Yeah, but I think most women are cheering for her because a lot of women want to know what she pray, because I want to know what she prayed because I can get me.
You ain't been on the shade room and shake on the Twitter.
Okay. It's ridiculous how many people is like literally calling this man corny. He's God fearing. He talks about that all the time. He but I'm just talking about him as a person. Like I don't know him personally, but what he portrays in the public is he God fearing. He doesn't cheat on his wife. You don't hear about him messing around or doing anything, salacious.
And he must be worth a damn because believe me, if people are hating on him that hard, if they had anything on him, it would be out there.
Right. Anything, you don't hear about him doing anything salacious or crazy, because he got on the internet and said he loves his wife. He a simp. And I was on his IG. He took their daughter to a daddy and daughter dance. This is dance number 2. He brought the daughter flowers. Like what more do people want? Do you just want
too much right stuff?
Like I just be like,
they was mad and they literally. And
that's why
I was like, I can't.
This is the reason why, regardless of what people say you do, because child, if you live your life trying to please people, you ain't gonna never be happy. You're gonna always be miserable because you're gonna always be feeding that.
How many kids they got?
So they have, I believe, she has one child, first child, with the rap artist named Future, and then her and Russell Wilson have 3 kids together. They just had another baby, so they have 3. They have a total of 3. So altogether, Ciara has 4 kids. Well, because he claims Future Jr. as his son, and people have a problem with that. And so I did kind of like research and kind of going through like how the breakdown of the whole Ciara and Future thing happened and how Russell Wilson came into play. So around 2014, they started before that, but 2014 was the year that they broke up, Future and Ciara, and the rumors was that Future was cheating.
Future was cheating. That's the truth, okay? we know his track record. That ain't no goddamn rumor. That's the truth, okay?
He was cheating. At this time, Ciara was pregnant. And
we know
he broke off the engagement. She had the baby, and you really didn't. This is the thing. You really, after they broke up, they both were single. You didn't hear anything about
that was supposed to be the end,
right? You didn't.
Okay, she broke, she damaged good. We were able to ruin another artist. Okay, good. Now we can sit around and we can bask in the glow and the knowing that her life and her career, as we know it, is over. She'll never have another good man, and anybody who she dates after Future will be another damn Future.
So then, 2015, her and Russell Wilson started dating. Now, I first realized they started dating because they showed up at the White House dinner. She was his date. That was one of the first instances where people seen them together. You really didn't really hear much or whatever about it until they started getting serious. Then here comes Future out the woodwork. Oh, she's washed up. Oh, she's a has-been.
If they in the dating phase, they were like in the talking phase or whatever. Oh well, he'll probably just run through her too, because that's supposed to be an idea with black happens. So they was run through shits, and while that's a large part of that is true, people were probably expecting that to happen with her. Oh well, yeah, he's gonna run through her and leave her. But it became serious and it blossomed into something that was substantial and it was something that was real, and so people were angry about that. And understand you got a lot of futures now, a lot of many futures like a lot of his fans that galvanized around trying to tear her down because things didn't go the way they wanted it to go. And
well, her and Future were engaged. They were engaged.
They were engaged. But I think her and Russell Wilson have done the perfect thing. And that is by simply not really responding to the haters. They go out there and smile for the cameras. You see them with their families.
Mhm.
They're showing you that, you know what, I'm going to defeat the haters by simply just being me and being successful. And they hate that because she's not on Twitter all day.
And then one thing about it is they was like, one thing about their relationship is they sustained from sex until they got married. So then dudes was like, oh, well, Future already ran through that. I don't know why she waiting. Yeah, I mean, they let her have it. And why she trying to, and then Future even talk about, well, she ain't wait that long because it was almost immediately. I got the goods. And it's like, dude, why are you speaking on this world? And I think he's salty because she's the one that got away.
She's the one that got away. Well, because look at all his other baby mothers. All of them are desperate, broken, begging him for money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, his baby mama number 6, Eliza Rain, goes back.
Oh, he got 6 kids.
All the time on Instagram and Twitter about if you put a gag on her ass. So all of them are kind of like begging assholes that didn't have that they slept with him for a bag. Ciara went into that relationship. She already had a name for herself. And he thought that, because he's probably worth a little bit more money than her in the future, well, I can take that from her. And he wasn't able to do that. She was able to walk away from it and then go get another man that was better than you. Mm-hmm. So I understand. There are a lot of people, he's angry.
Yeah, because he is always talking about this girl or Russell. And then she took him back to court because he wasn't doing his visit. First it was, oh, you're not letting me see my son enough. Okay. And then when it was open for you to see your son, now you don't come see your son. Now I got to take you to court to spend more time because when you do get your son, you're dropping your son off at your mother or at your grandmother's house, but you're not spending time with the boy. So then it comes to, okay, we're okay now, we're good. But now that you see Russell Wilson being more of the fatherly role, I think it's disrespectful for him to, push this stroller.
It's embarrassing and it's humiliating for Future that another man has to go and raise your kids, and he's doing a better job of it than you. And not only that, but because your son is still very young, if Russell Wilson hangs around long enough, Russell Wilson is going to be the person who implants his example on and leave that impression. Leave the impression on that child, not you.
Too late, because Russell Wilson and Ciara have been married for 8 years.
And good on them, because they're going to raise a little mini Russell Wilson, not a little mini baby Future like all the other little baby Futures in these League of Names that he left behind.
But you see how the people be just going in on them, like
calling him that little boy, who that boy calling daddy.
And then they had, I guess, a recent article or interview that he had. He talked about how he said God told him to raise that little boy as his own. Basically, people had a problem with that. I'm like, oh my God, y'all see a problem anyway. Now it would have been a problem if this man would have just been like, oh, that ain't my child. You worry about your children. I worry about. But this man is really taking this boy in and really raising him as his own, because his own father got all his money, but he still ain't nothing. He still ain't nothing. Look at all these other kids. Now, Ciara is not the only woman or only baby mama of Futures that said he's neglectful, that he's not a good father. So I don't understand
why everybody is caping saying that Russell Wilson is a simp and he's corny.
Well,
It's just,
let him be a simp with a simp family, and
if that's
let
corny,
him
bring the
simp.
corniness on.
Right. I have cans of corn that I can literally dump out. Okay. Anybody listening to my thing that makes no attention.
I'm positive they jump on.
They just mad and angry because, like I said, Russell Wilson is everything they not. He
Yeah.
can never be Russell
They
Wilson.
and it's that and Russell Wilson makes, you know,
And he embodies manhood. That chaps their ass.
yeah, because that means these other dudes have to step up.
Yeah,
That means they have to step up. And then they talk about, oh, women are caping for Russell Wilson because, especially these ran through women, because they want to get a simp like Russell Wilson after they done had their hot girl date like Ciara, and then they go get a simp like Russell Wilson. I was like, you got to. I mean, it's bad.
Right.
And I'm just like, why?
He's a simp, but she didn't have to chase him. He chose her.
Right. He
Yeah.
even said that he was interested in Ciara before he dated her.
But he's a simp now.
Right.
No, a simp would be like Will and Jada Pinkett Smith, where he hadn't chased her for daggone years, and she outright said,
And she still ain't want him.
and she still don't want him now. Now that's a simp for your ass. But
Right.
Russell Wilson, no, he wanted her, and he saw them. He still saw value in her, even after everything Future did to her. He still said that this woman I can rebuild her. She's worth my time. And people think that, and sometimes, we tend to think that, once a woman is in a bad relationship, once she gets with a man and he runs through her and he mistreats her, no other man would ever want her. That's not always necessarily true. You have a man that can still see the appreciation and the value in a woman. She just needs the right man to build her up. So they're mad as hell. They're angry that Ciara did not fail.
Mm-hmm.
They was praying for her downfall, and they was on their knees.
It's bad. It's bad. It is bad. It's really bad. And I had to kind of comb the internet. I mean, I didn't have to go too far, but it seemed like, everybody has something to say about this relationship. And they've been together 8 years. Yeah, Ciara gonna leave him, and she gonna find a dude that she really want, and Russell really not her type. She settled for Russell.
Oh yeah, my bad, because he just doesn't do it for her, right?
Right. And he must do something because they got 3 kids together.
Well, they wait.
Yeah, people are basically waiting in the wing for this relationship to fail. It's bad.
I think they should just keep doing what they're doing.
Right.
Ignore the haters. Don't feed into it, because that's probably what they want to. They want them to get on Twitter, start responding to people. Just let people run their mouths.
They really don't.
And they will eventually fizzle out.
They really don't. I don't know. Future, I would say
I think they're gonna be.
the us as people that's talking about it may fizzle out, but Future, I really think that he is really bitter that she moved like to his core. He's bitter that she moved on. He done got on the Breakfast Club and said it's disrespectful for Russell Wilson to push the stroller with the baby in it.
Well,
Huh?
again,
What are you?
Future has had his pick of the litter. Future is just like a lot of these industry rappers, where they get the buffet with the side dishes and the main entree too. And once Future takes advantage of you and exploits you, that's supposed to be the end of you. You're supposed to be beholden to him. It's not. All his other baby mothers are like that. And he gets off on that stuff. Like I told you, the one I was just talking about, Liza Rain or whatever, she, put the gag on her. She got to beg him that gives him a sense of pride that a woman has to grovel. That's crazy. And his baby mothers, yeah, it is. But that's how these men think. It's that there's an ego that's attached to that. So the fact that Ciara ain't thinking about him, ain't checking about him, and ain't worried about him,
He talks about Ciara every chance he gets.
and let him keep on talking.
And Ciara had an interview where the interviewer asked her, how is the co-parenting with Future? Ciara just laughed. I mean, when she laughed, she had a big, this is funny laugh, like, girl, next question.
I'm happy for them. I think they should continue to just sidestep the haters, and I think the Future and all his little minions is.
So what do you think about the way she dressed? Is it disrespectful to him?
If Russell Wilson doesn't stay that way now, because at the end of the day,
she's a wife, she's a mother.
She's beholden to him. So his opinion is only.
I would say she actually was.
Naked.
She had this outfit on that basically was see-through, and she just had underwear on, but she was with her husband.
Oh, he was there.
He was there. They went to some award show. But I will say this: Ciara is in the music industry. You can't, to
That's
a
what
certain extent, hold her to the candle that you would hold a regular woman out here that's married. And I say that because she is in the industry, and the industry has certain expectations. He didn't say anything. They say, oh, she's embarrassing him. Well, if he didn't come out and say he embarrassed him, what's the problem?
and he's not behaving or acting as such.
She's parking on cars. Okay. Well, that part, I'm like, look, Ciara's a dancer. That's how she came out. She's a dancer. She's a performer.
Hello, are we just going to forget about goodies?
Right.
Are we just going to forget about O and Promise Ring and all the other damn songs she did? We just won't forget about that. That's still very much Ciara. And that's still very much her image. Look, listen.
Yep, it's always a problem.
At the end of the day, when she's in that damn bed with her man, that's it. His opinion is the ruling opinion of the day. And if there's going to be any strife over it, then let them duke it out. But again, people, this is just an extension of people's hatred towards women's happiness. That's just all it is. That's all it is. And no matter what you say,
it's a whole community bent on this situation. I didn't think it was like that until I was like, let me just start Googling and going on YouTube and let me see it is a whole community bent on seeing these two break up or talking about how much he is a simp.
Now, I will say this. I'm not going to sit up here and try to act like fans and people's gossip cannot affect a relationship because we see it all the time with these celebrities. But what I will, if I were giving them advice, I would tell them, just Russell Wilson's got there and pray on, stay strong. Don't allow these people to start sowing seeds of discord between the two of you. That's right. Strong, and you block out the noise because the moment that you start giving in to what people online are saying, that's when the destruction will allow them to have a hand in the undoing of your relationship, and you're gonna give them exactly what they want so they can sit there and say, see, look, I told you they wasn't gonna last. Child, Future be skipping to my loop to the first interview talking about, yeah. She was rolling, told you she was like, right. Child. Yeah, but yeah, it's a whole community. He never wanted to marry any of his baby mothers. Well, except for Ciara, they was engaged. Well, Ciara, what he said was they actually was planning it out. She had the dress and everything. They were going to get married. But personally, I think it was because of who she was. I think it was the name because Future has always shown he don't give two about any of the women. True, and I think you're right. It's been and I think because it was Ciara and Ciara had expectations and standards, he was trying to live up to those standards. And when it came down to actually really marrying her, it was like, nah, sure. And I also think too that it was coupled with the fact that it would have been a bad look for him to just run through her and leave her in a legal marriage. You couldn't marry Eliza Rain, you couldn't marry none of the rest of them, but you could marry her. Yeah, you see what I'm saying like that? So they know what they're doing. Yeah, I just think that he they know. He literally just got cold feet. Like I said, she had standards and she wanted to get married. She didn't want to just be some trollop like the other chicks. And he wasn't trying to give that up. He wasn't trying to give up his. I think he agreed to marry her or he had proposed to her because he seen that she wanted that standard. But when it came down to actually marrying her, he backed out. Right. And she seen that or he backed out by going back to his old ways or messing with her. Said, you know what, you ain't about to just run off. Screw me, I leave anybody today. You ain't about to just run through me. You're gonna have to make some serious commitments. You ain't about to just do me like you did the last 7 of your baby thought mamas that you little thought pockets that you did with them. You're not gonna do me like that. You got to give me something a little more. And he was like, oh no, the thing about it is she was very cool with all the baby mamas. She was cool. See, that's the part. That's the part that I don't understand. Women will be so open to men who have all of these kids with different women. We try to have these relationships with all the men's baby mamas, and I can't even say ex-wives because that really is not a thing for men to have a whole bunch of ex-wives. They just have baby mamas. She was trying to be cool, trying to be cordial, If we're talking about because men do have many ex-wives, they do. But I think when we start putting things in the context of like rappers and all that and stuff like that, that's what I meant. And hood culture, which almost nobody gets married in hood culture. And I say hood culture because you have to separate them from the rest of Black society. because people in black society do get married.
Yeah, they do.
You have,
We do get married.
so you have to put the baboons over on an island by themselves. You got to put the buffoons and the baboons on an island by themselves and unto themselves. So yeah, the rappers, no, they're trying to live young and die fast. They're not trying to really establish anything.
Live free and die young.
Sorry, I had it all messed up. I'm
Yeah.
still kind of young old, but I'm happy with it.
Yeah, but I just wanted to see what y'all thoughts was on that situation because, like I said, it's a whole thing on these internet streets where people is really trying to tear down and dog down this man.
Yeah, leave that girl and leave that man alone. Leave him alone.
I just think that they're projecting the futures of the world are projected because they don't want to live up and be like a Russell Wilson. I just was
Because they're like future. The only difference is they broke it ain't got no damn money, but all these Negroes talking are just futures too. They laid up with a whole bunch of dusty broads. And the only reason why they with them is maybe because of you fixed my car last week and you gave me a little bit of gas money, so let me go over there and give you some. That's the only reason why they're talking like them, because like you said, they're projecting. And a lot of that stuff is the same deficiencies that Future has are the same deficiencies that they have. So they're projecting all their insecurities onto a man who is already achieved. And don't got to prove nothing to nobody. He ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. That man's worth millions of dollars. He got to prove a damn thing to a bunch of Future ducks.
But it's just ironic how women like Ciara at one point was accepting of all the baby mamas and all the kids. But on the flip side, now that she has a man that's worth a damn, oh, he's not supposed to take in the son or the kid.
And she don't have a whole slew of baby daddies the way you got with baby mamas.
Not even that. Ciara doesn't have a slew of people that she's been known to date in the industry. Because I did my research. She dated Bow Wow. She dated Amari Stoudemire. That's the NBA player, and Future. I have not, because I tried do my little research. So she's not like a Kim Kardashian that's been ran through.
Do you know how rare that is? Because Atlanta ain't number one big ass strip club. So you understand, like that's nearly non-existent.
Right. So to have those few people that she only been associated to, I just feel like she met Future. They met. She probably fell for him because he had a little bad boy aesthetic going on. She felt that was a wrong decision on her part, and she tried to move on from it. And people, because she she dated Future or was engaged to him, now that's her image. She's supposed to forever be with a do dirt type of dude like Future. And I believe if she never would have met Future and went straight to Russell Wilson, we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
Or if she never would have been with Future, she never would have met Russell Wilson. So sometimes
true, because she knows true.
Maybe, we're gonna invoke religion for a minute. Maybe God put Future in her path so that she can get to a Russell Wilson. Because as we all know in relationships, sometimes you gotta be drunk and blood, you gotta go through stuff before you can actually get a person that is top tier, and that's really good. Like I said, they're mad. These people are angry as hell because of Russell Wilson. No matter what they're saying about him, don't nothing but mean nothing, and it's not affecting him because he doesn't have anything to prove to these people, and they know that, and they hate it, and they can't stand.
These dudes in their feelings about
He's not sitting up here apologizing. He's not sitting up here kowtowing saying, "Oh, I'm sorry," and I'm trying to y'all feel this way. No, screw y'all.
But you know what? You go into Russell Wilson comments, and it's plenty of women be like, if this what corny look like, sign me up. If this is what corny looks like, or this was simping, sign me up.
A lot of women are saying that.
But yeah, I just wanted to have that conversation because it's become a thing. Like these people was really capable for this couple marriage to just end in turmoil. Nobody talks about Future, how he got all these baby mamas, and how he has started a whole league of household of broken homes. Nobody talks about that, but all they do is want to talk about this couple over here who is actually establishing a household, who is actually creating a legacy, and actually he's having babies. Russell Wilson is having babies with Ciara, and he's staying with her. He's being a father, even to a son that's not his. Let's talk about how much time Future actually spends with his son. I see Future Jr. with Russell more than I see him with his dad.
because it's not about the child. Future just wants to try to get back at Ciara somewhere. But you know what else really chaps my ass? You don't see this going on with the white folk. You don't see them.
It's always us and
You
niggas.
don't go over to their side of the fence and hear them advocating for couples to break up. You don't hear this type of garbage. For everybody who's listening to me, who's under the sound of my voice, we got to stop this foolery. Okay, this sickness where we have this cramps in the girl mentality, where we all about trying to bring somebody down because we may not agree with their practices or we may not agree with what they do. I can see the current so many damn white couples that should not be together in this world or the next. But you don't hear white folks saying that, they're going to keep their mouth shut and keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have better things to be doing, like trying to oppress us.
Mm-hmm.
Not sitting up here fighting about stupid relationships that you ain't even in any daggone way. I just get so sick of that. Like sitting up here trying to fight and claw over who's going to take credit for this woman and this man's relationship going to hell in handbasket.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just sick.
Plotting.
It is.
I'm telling you, it was a whole video talking about their mannerisms and how it looked like something was going on.
And you got stupid ass white dudes all damn day long. And hell, you got white dudes who sit up here, and I know I'm going off the reason, I'm kind of pivoting a little bit to race, but I think that there's some parallels here. You don't have you have a lot of these white men who sit up here and date these damn black women. They sit up here and kill them, beat their damn brains out. Ain't nobody saying nothing about that.
Nope.
Ain't nobody saying a damn thing about that. Nobody have nothing to say about that. All these black women and all these black non-FBA women dying at the hands of these white boyfriends. When they'll sit up here got a zaddy crush. Don't matter what his deficiencies are. He could be a damn monster. Not even in sheep's clothing, a monster as himself, and ain't nobody saying nothing. You see him coming.
Yeah, this is not Russell Wilson's first time being married.
You have an upstanding black man who is accomplished, who has a legacy that he's going to leave his children, that has done something with himself, and he has decided to marry and to get with Ciara because he saw potential in her. He didn't see her as a broken mess. He saw her as a woman who may have had a bad experience, but she just needed the right man to compliment her, and that's exactly what he's doing. And so people need to leave them the hell alone, you sick bastards. Y'all need to leave them alone. And if you don't like what I'm saying, you can kick rocks with no pedicure and an open toe shoe, because I don't give a damn.
Mind you, this is not Russell Wilson's first time being married. He was married for like a couple years to a white girl.
And that's all right.
He pivoted back.
And that's another thing too. If he was married to a white girl, I wouldn't have a problem with that. Now, if he starts talking some coonery, then that's gonna be a whole different topic for a whole different day. As long as he remains true to who he is and he does not give up his blackness, or he doesn't compromise his blackness, I think he, as far as I can see right now, he is the personification of black excellence. And you have to understand that irritates people's demons. That does something to their spirit. When they see that you are so far ahead of the game and you achieve so much and you're in a place that they can never be at, they're gonna hate on you.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he's expecting that. He probably was getting this before Ciara was even thought of it, even in the damn picture.
Right.
He probably was getting it flack for being with that white girl.
Nobody started talking. For real. Nobody really started making this be a thing until he got with Ciara. They got serious and they got married. Then it became a whole, her and Future going back and forth. Well, not even her and Future, because they really don't speak on him. It's more so Future always having something to say about them. From what I've seen, I could be wrong.
And they're doing exactly what they should be doing.
For the most part, somebody bring up Future, she laughs. And that was funny. When I seen her had that big laugh, oh yeah, how was co-parenting with Future? She said, oh, that was her laugh. Like, I don't even need to explain. Y'all see it. Y'all see it.
It's sick. But yeah, when you go on the white folks side of the fence, you don't hear or ever see any of this happen. You never see it.
Nope.
And this is the reason why, until we get a control of the black discourse, this is the reason why black folks will continue to be the laughing stock of the world.
Yep.
Because we don't help our own situation. There are a lot of things that we cannot control, but there are a lot of things that we can control.
Right.
And this is one of them.
Right.
Trying to sit up here and advocate for the downfall of somebody's damn marriage. That's just sick. I'm sorry, it is. And you need to be trying to find a man or a woman or whatever you like of your own that will take a chance on you. Oh, too bad. They don't want you. That's why you're over here.
Once you've done damage, nobody's supposed to take a chance on you.
Focusing on Ciara. But see, But see, that logic is only applied to us.
Yep.
Now, when it's everybody else, they can have everything in the world wrong with them,
Mm-hmm.
but they always have redeeming qualities, no matter who it is, no matter what they've done. As soon as it's black folk, then all of a sudden you throw them away. Same thing with Chris Brown.
She don't.
Earlier, with Chris Brown, he smacks around and give her one little slight bruise. He's supposed to be forever tainted because he slapped the hell out of a bitch who had it coming anyway.
Yeah, but he's not lying.
I'm just sick of it. These men and these black men and these black women, you are conditioned and told by this society to throw them away. Now, are there some that need to be in the discount bin or in the recycle bin? Yes, like the Omarosa's in them, yeah, throw them in the bin.
Yeah. But even let's just talk about image and who the relationship history. Ciara don't have a long, like I said, doesn't have a long relationship. She's not in Hollywood weird standards. She's not a slide through. That's pure.
Having her notoriety and the fact that she has not been passed around, at least to our knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And in front of the public eye, it's not with a different dude. Every time we turn around, a different dude has her on his arm.
But mind you,
very commendable thing.
Right now, hold that. Now let's put up. We're gonna put up a Kim Kardashian. Hold on, but I'm gonna make the parallel with it because look at Kim Kardashian. Look at how many people Kim Kardashian has been with. Look at how many times she has been married. But let her get with somebody. They'll praise her to the end of earth.
They sure as hell will.
You know what I'm saying? And it'll be no problem with it.
Look at how many men that ran away from her. Look at how many men that ran to the hills as soon as they get with her and found out what she's really on. And
ran away and ran through.
Ran through and ran away. But nobody ever drags her. Nobody ever lauds her for that type of behavior. And we know Kim Kardashian's track record.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to Google that shit. You don't need to research it.
I know it right off top.
Playing with out of his mind and crazy right now because even they long divorced and she still has a short leash on his ass.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole other subject for the podcast. But this idea,
and the thing about it is the same black
that our black celebrities are not worth any redemption.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing that really chaps my ass. You're supposed to throw them away. And we use that same logic too amongst the rank and file. We don't date black women, and he has a long laundry list of reasons why he don't mess with black women. And I'm like, well, but what about white women? They do all this stuff. Well, that's fine. But it's just it's niggers over here.
Yep. And he's the same ones that are like Future will love a Kim Kardashian up and down, love her, won't question anything about her. But when it comes to Ciara and Russell, we get all these questions.
You're supposed to.
I just wanted you to say that.
You're predisposed to your reflexive response is to automatically think and give them the benefit of the doubt. So people subconsciously do it. They don't think about it, but you're not supposed to question white people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Negroes, you're supposed to have them under a microscope. Everything they do is a problem.
Because they got, like I said, that's why I wanted to have this conversation because I was floored. I mean, I've seen here and there, but when I actually took time to look at the comments, when I actually took time to go on YouTube and kind of like look at videos, when it's a whole community bent out on how much of a simp and cornball Russell Wilson is.
And let's be very clear here. Again, I have to make the distinction. This is not a critical mass of black people. This is just one thing of the good.
It is small sect of people because he just makes people have to raise their standards. Ciara too, to a certain extent.
These are the future fans and probably future illegitimate kids crying and whining. So this is them over there in the corner. This is not black folks that got some damn sense that got the hair on strips. Let me be very clear about that. Mm-hmm. This is the hood sector. I'm talking about them. But this idea that is a broad sickness amongst our people that we have so much self-hatred with each other.
We don't like to see black families. We'll praise everybody else.
We say that, but really in practice, we say that in theory, but in practice, we don't really mean that shit. You see an example of black love and black unity. Your first inclination is to go scrutinize, and if you can't scrutinize, well, just try to tear the whole damn thing down by any means necessary. And the white folk give you reasons every damn day to tear them down. You ain't going after them. You're scared to death to check them. You're scared to death to scrutinize them. You're scared enough to judge them. You wanna know why you're scared to judge them? Because they can put you in your damn place. They can punish your ass. So you don't go after them.
Mm-hmm.
But you come over here amongst other black people and then you come over here with that sick mentality, trying to bring down other black people's marriages and relationships, whether they're famous or not. It's just a sickness. I'm just sick and tired of it. I think that we should judge with righteous judgment. I think we should use clear and concise judgment, but it should not be toxic because you just want to see somebody fail. If you have a legitimate criticism or legitimate scrutinization of somebody, by all means, put your cards on the table and say what it is, but it should not be toxic because you're just mad. What are you mad for? You don't even know Ciara Russell Wilson. This is the part that's so
Well, the part it makes men have to raise their standards. That's why they're mad.
it does. It absolutely
And as far as the women, I honestly don't get, because it's a win-win for women if you meet somebody like Russell Wilson.
Well, I said that earlier.
Mhm.
For the women who do find an issue with what's going on, and this ain't all men whining and crying. Let's just keep it real. There's a bunch of bad witches mixed in there.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize it. Just in the comments, I didn't realize it. But when I
Right.
step back and look, yeah, he is a little bit of a simp. He is a little bit of a
Let's be
cornball.
very clear. The women see the same thing that the men see. It's just that the women are upset because they've had a lot of similar experiences like a Sierra or whatever, and they can't get a man like that.
Mm.
They calling him a simp, but they damn sure wouldn't complain if a Russell Wilson came into their life and swept them off their feet
Okay.
and got them together and upgraded them. They wouldn't be saying all that shit. They're only saying that because Russell Wilson ain't checking for them.
Level up.
He ain't looking for them. Thank you.
He made a song about it. Level up.
5, 4, 3, 2. Yeah, so understand that a lot of these women are saying all that because Russell Wilson is not checking for them. I don't want you.
Mm.
And why should I want you?
Mm.
So there's something within her. There's something in her that Russell Wilson saw worth fostering. Something valuable about her. Because a woman can be, through hell and back. She can go through a lot of negative life experiences and still retain her value, still have something in her that a man wants to fix and grow upon. The hood rest don't have that. Your currency is you're morally bankrupt. Your femininity is bankrupt. You checked your bank balance yesterday, bitch. Everybody's seeing it. You in the negative. You're in the negative. You deep in the negative. And female bitches are mad. I'm sorry, I hate to be explicit, but bitches are mad. They're just mad.